Welcome back to another session of our Knights of the Old Republic playthrough, Dark Side. We are going to go to a new planet because we're done on Dantooine. We have the galaxy map here, which I'll show off real fast. We've got some planets that we need to go to because we got to go get some star maps. There's that planet. That one is, we're going to go to that one first, because that's like a shop or something. We've already done Tatooine, so there's 2 planets, 3, 4. We basically got 4 planets that we need to go to. Now, I did some research, and there is a particular order that you should go and visit these planets in, just for story purposes and stuff like that. And some people were like, oh, for a dark side playthrough, you should go to this planet first. But I don't know. I really don't know if I want to do that, because usually this planet is saved for last, because it is there's a lot going on there. So I don't know. I don't know if we're going to go through there. I probably will just end up going with the preferred order, which honestly I think is the order I've always done. In previous playthroughs, so we're gonna do that. But first, I need to do some stuff here that will trigger the companion quest down the road. We've got something to do with Canderous real fast, as well as Bastila. So I'll talk to Bastila first to see if she still has dialogue. If not, then I'll take her outside the ship and see if the thing triggers, because it's kind of weird how like 3 people's companion quests kind of trigger at the little port here on Dantooine. It's so weird, but we'll wait and see. We'll see if this stuff works. Liver, what's up, man? Good to see you. I hope I get it done before March 31st. That's when the next and final DLC hits. They're still making DLC and stuff for Isaac. Damn, that's crazy, dude. That is wild. They kind of got a little bit of a deadline there. Finished rating for this week. Nice, man. Nice. Is the game was down like what, like 12 hours ago, I think, or something like that, wasn't it? It wasn't the game down for maintenance, I think. I can't remember if it was yesterday or Sunday. Kinda, yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't play it yesterday. I thought about it, but then my brother wanted to watch me play Dark Souls, so I was playing some of that yesterday. Let's see if she has anything to say here real fast. How can I help? Like to know more about you? She does. Hotfix for patch 5.45. Okay. Nice. They fixed Bajra for a bit. Oh yeah, so there was a lot of issues with, from what I remember, like the Castrum, like not a lot of people queuing up for it or something like that. Because there was somebody in my FC that was trying to get it done, but there was some issues with it, and I guess it was because there's not a lot of people queuing for it. So I guess maybe they fixed it or whatnot. I haven't even looked at the patch. Haven't looked at any of that stuff.
Yes, I suppose I can understand your curiosity, given the bond that connects us. Very well. I'll tell you a bit about myself.
Okay. So we gotta progress this dialogue to a certain point for her quest to trigger outside the ship, so let's see what she's got to say. Tell me how you joined the Jedi, then. Let's see what she's got to say.
I was found to be strong with the Force at a young age, as most Padawans are. As a girl, I was given to the Order to be trained. When I joined the Order, I left my family on Tal Ravan, as all Padawans do. My family is still there, the last that I heard. I've had little contact with them, as it is discouraged.
Discouraged? So the Jedi separates children from their families?
Relationships with family members are fraught with powerful emotions. Such extremes are to be avoided. Anger and hate are the worst, but even love can lead to folly.
You aren't allowed to love? I mean, that's it's kind of the Jedi way, I think.
Emotional entanglements can be dangerous. They can impair rational thought. They can lead to outbursts of uncontrolled emotion. A Jedi must be above such things.
You don't sound very convinced. Don't you miss your family at all? I'll ask that.
Like all who join the Order, I have learned to embrace the life I've chosen. I had to let go of my attachments to my family.
Must have been difficult.
It can be a hard lesson to learn. I was not on good terms with all of my family, but I do remember missing my father terribly for a long time.
You and your father were close.
Very close. I was only a little girl when I left my family, but I still remember him fondly. He was kind and gentle and doted on me. My mother, however, was different. I was not on good terms with my mother. I was only a little girl when I left, but I was old enough to resent her and the way she treated my father. She pushed my father into treasure hunting. I spent all my young life on ships, traveling from one false lead to the next. She whittled away my father's entire fortune, and I hated her for it. I think she was relieved to give me to the Jedi, but my father was heartbroken.
Damn. You ever try to get in touch with your father again?
A child is too young to understand the sacrifices that must be made. It's better if they have no contact with their family once they're removed. Once I was older, I realized the wisdom of this policy. A Jedi must do what is needed, personal desires notwithstanding. Love can only obscure and confuse the matter.
You sound very sad when you say that.
Even a Jedi cannot always control the feelings of the heart. We must do our best to guard against it, no matter what the cost. But some sacrifices are harder than others. I do not wish to discuss this anymore. I would rather return to our mission.
Definitely looks sad there. Okay, that might have been the last final bit of information there, maybe? Bastila told you something about her life before the Jedi. She was very adamant in her support of the Jedi's policies of severing all familial relationships, as emotional attachments are inherently dangerous for a Jedi. Thought that was a typo there.
How can I help?
Say any more? No, she's done there.
Then I suggest we move on.
Dun, dun. Well, I didn't know Jedi's group bunch of incels. Some worlds had problems with instance content. Mainly fixed that stuff for some worlds, says Livra. Okay. So nothing too major then, I guess. Dun, dun. Let's see. Does Cart say anything else new?
Yes, what's on your mind?
No, he's done. Okay. So let's go ahead and let's exit the ship. We're gonna do kind of one at a time here. Let's take Canderous with us. Let's see if his thing gets triggered here or not. 'Cause if it doesn't, then maybe we need to talk to him more. Oh, Canderous, where you going?
Yeah, what do you want?
Yeah, maybe we need to talk to him
Your
a little bit
choice.
more. Get back on the ship. I mean, I don't have to do this stuff right now, but I feel like I should since we're here. Let's try Bastila's real fast. Bastila has something on her mind. Okay, this is not what I wanted, but it's part of what we need, I guess. They mostly increase the drop rates from critical engagements that you don't need to run the Alliance stuff if wanted. Oh, you mean like the memory drops? From running like the... I quickly DM'd you the patch leak on Discord. Okay. I'll check it out after the stream. Yeah. Probably, there might be a little bit more than what I'm thinking for a little hot fix. Yeah, memories and lodestone. Okay. Nice.
How can I help?
Yeah, man, I gotta say real fast that like the Endwalker trailer or announcement thing, it kind of makes me want to play Paladin. So I've been kind of leveling that again. I think I'm up to like 68 or something like that. So not too bad, but yeah, I kind of want to. I don't know if I'll main paladin or whatnot, but like I want to get it to level 80 if I can.
I do. I've been watching you, studying you closely to see what kind of progress you've made since your training at the hands of Master Zar.
I think we both know the real reason you've been watching me.
You never give up, do you? I admit, I'm interested in you. I find you intriguing, compelling even, but it's not what you think. You have a great gift. You have an awesome command of the Force, and I tremble when I think of how you might misuse it.
I make you tremble. Do you get all tingly inside too? Here's the thing. I've been picking like these flirty dialogues, these funny ones. I don't know if I should be serious or not. I don't think it matters. Damn, Mike being pervy there. I mean, I am dark side, you know?
What? No, of course not. Not like that anyway. In many ways, you are dangerous. You could be the savior of the galaxy, or you could bring untold destruction upon us all. I have seen you give in to temptation and indulge your baser emotions on many occasions. I'm afraid you are on the path that leads to the dark side. You need to see what the dark side represents in its entirety, for it is what we battle. Only the wisdom of a Jedi Master can truly explain this, but I will do my best to make you understand.
What are you trying to tell me here? I don't like Paladin, damn off tank. Paladin's only fun if someone else is main tanking. I forgot what class you main. Isn't it, aren't you a Gunbreaker, I think?
The dark side is not simply giving in to anger, temptation, or to use the Force to destructive ends. These things only lead to the dark side. The dark side grows stronger and more insidious the closer you draw to it. It begs you to surrender to it, to release all its terrible power, and it becomes harder and harder to resist. And once you stop resisting, it's too late. It twists you up inside and turns you into a mockery of everything you once stood for.
You seem to know the temptation very well. She's talking about dark side, and little does she know our dark side rating is like all the way down. It's as dark as we can get it. You seem to know that temptation well.
I am no less resistant to temptation than any other. I simply have the benefit of training that you do not. But even the training of the Jedi might not be enough to save us. We need only to look at the atrocities which have been committed by those under its sway to understand the terrible, corrupting evil of the dark side. Millions dead, and far more suffering. What sort of person would you have to become to perform such deeds gladly?
Are you saying the light side is innocent of killing? Because they ain't.
One who serves the light does not strike down an innocent. We take arms against the dark side and the injustice that follows it only. It's so easy to think that we would never fall prey to such a horror, that we have unlimited control, vigilance, and foresight. If only that were true. The Sith have become powerful because there are many Jedi who've succumbed to the lure of the dark side and joined their cause. What greater weapon is there than to turn an enemy to your cause, to use their own knowledge against them? We are weakened while they are strengthened, so we must harden our hearts and do whatever is required to fight against the dark side, even when the battle becomes wearying.
Do whatever is required, such as...
I don't know. The vision of our future is clouded by shadows cast from the dark side. But I sense something ominous lurking in those shadows. But words alone cannot save one from the dark side. Come, we should continue with the task at hand.
Yes, let's.
When the time comes, I only hope we are all strong enough to do what we must.
Okay. Maybe that is the trigger that I needed? Still playing the role of mentor, she's been studying your progress carefully and had much to say about your actions and the perils of the dark side. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty dark, you know. Can't go any lower. Can't go any lower. I kind of wish that this game would have taken the dark side, like when you made evil choices, like in Fable, where it actually changed the way your character looks and stuff. But then that would have been like a dead giveaway. So I could see why maybe they didn't do that. We'll talk to Canderous too, because he's got some stories that we need to talk about.
Yeah, what are you?
Got some war stories we can listen to. Liver says, Warrior is my main tank only. Paladin is off tank only, and Gunbreaker and Dark can do both. Yeah, so the only ones that I have leveled, I think Dark Knight is like 72 or 73. I haven't played that in many months. And then Paladin, which I'm currently leveling somewhat. But yeah, the main class that I play is DPS, Black Mage. But I've been like dabbling in other classes too, a little bit like healer, which I think I've streamed that before, and you've seen me run that. Like some leveling roulettes. Healer, and I've been working on Samurai as well too, so I don't know, all kinds of stuff. I want to play Dragoon as well, because damn man, some of that armor, some of the that Law's Order armor that you can get from, you know, like getting 100 silver coins in the new 24-man raid, it like, God, it looks so good, man. I play on every role. Yeah, I wish I would have done that like a lot sooner, but I didn't start leveling classes until, like different classes, until probably like, I don't know, maybe like a year-ish kind of ago. Before that, I was just like doing nothing but just Black Mage, even though he was maxed, and crafting. I got pretty much all my crafters to max level except Culinarian. War stories.
I don't have as many strange stories like the last one I told you, but I do have a couple about me and the stuff I've done. In one battle above the world of Althir, my unit managed to defeat a force of Althiri 10 times our own size. That battle gained me command of an entire subsect of my clan.
Man, I want to finish up all this talk and stuff so we can get going here. But the only reason I'm doing it is to talk X amount of conversations to the point where I can start to progress their companion quest. But I haven't talked to a lot of people, a lot of my party members for a bit. So, tell the story. I don't know what a Althir is.
For 5 days, they had managed to hold off our forces, keeping us to the outer rings of their world, preventing us from attacking it directly. My task was to assault one of their flanks with a false attack. The Althiri would be drawn out by the units I had sent in. Once they had surrounded those units, the bulk of my forces would attack from the rear and defeat them in detail.
It didn't seem too bright.
They weren't stupid. Stupid races don't make starships and weapons of mass destruction. But they weren't masters of the arts of war as the Mandalorians are. Things didn't go as I had planned. I saw an opening, a mistake they had made in the disposition of their forces, and took it. While fending off our main force, they had let their fleet split in two. The center of their entire fleet was left exposed. I turned my forces and assaulted the center of their fleet, decimating them.
So you disobeyed orders.
This is a chance given to a warrior once or twice in a lifetime. The chance to change the course of history in a single act. Their slow, ponderous ship could not turn to face us without being overwhelmed. The command vessels were destroyed in seconds. Their ranks were thrown into chaos. It was amusing to watch the surviving ships scatter and flee. Several even tried to dive through the plane of the rings to escape us. They were shredded by the rings, or crashed into rocks, or were destroyed by our forces as we pursued them. Warriors do not flee from a battle if they are losing. They fight to the end, as we did against your Jedi Revan. Another time, maybe, I'll tell you about how the war with the Republic went. For now, let's just get on with things. Is there something else you want to know?
Doesn't look like he has more stories, but maybe if we exit the convo and then get back in.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
But I will say, hopefully he doesn't have any more stories, because I want to get going here. Warrior Dark Knight for tanking, sharing the GCD with just one piece switch. For DPS Machinist, and for Healer Scholar. Monk is my go-to fun DPS for some dancing. Yeah, I've always wanted to try Monk. I actually think I had to level Monk for something. Or maybe not Monk, but the lesser class before you actually become a monk.
Yeah, what do you want?
He does have more war stories. Alright, let's hear another one. His stories were kind of quick.
I think I'll tell you a bit about the recent war we had with the Republic.
Okay.
That might be more familiar to you. The one where Jedi Revan beat my people.
Ah, this should be
We
good.
started by conquering worlds outside the Republic. We did it quietly, so the Republic wouldn't really know what was going on until it was too late. When we finally did hit the Republic worlds, they had no idea we were coming. We came in through 3 invasion corridors in adjacent sectors. Anyone who put up a fight, or wouldn't fight, was crushed. We razed whole worlds trying to provoke the Republic into fighting us. I don't particularly enjoy wiping out worlds for its own sake, but the cowardly tactics the Republic defenders used left us little choice.
No honor in defending themselves?
Hiding in the homes of civilians, using families as shields, thinking we would not use appropriate force on their bases inside major cities. They underestimated our resolve, and what measures are acceptable in war. Those who cannot defend themselves should not be around those who can in battle. If annihilating a city is the kind of power it takes to overwhelm a Republic shield device, then that's what we did. Necessary force to destroy all opposition.
Now that's my kind of warfare.
There was no honor in wiping them out like rats. But some of your forces did redeem the Republic in our eyes. Especially later.
How did they redeem themselves?
Later, when Revan had joined the war. But we'll get back to that. We've wasted too much time already. Is there something else?
Oh, that's it?
Your choice.
Did I even look at his last story? I don't think I did. You heard from Canderous how Mandalorians started their war on the Republic and the success they had at the beginning. If you talk to him later, he might tell you how the tide turned later on.
Yeah, what do you want?
Okay, he's got maybe one more story? Monk is the reason why I can't play Dragoon. Oh, man. I really need to try Dragoon out. Or Lancer at first, but...
We fought against the Republic forces for some time, over the course of many battles. At the start, they were not much of a threat to speak of. But once the Jedi Revan took charge, things began to turn against us. The Republic fleets began to use more than just basic tactics. Feints, counterattacks, mass deceptions. Revan was a genius on the field. Revan abandoned worlds of their defenders so that others would be too fortified to strike, and was willing to make sacrifices in order to advance goals. And in the end, Revan proved too much for us.
Could have won against... You couldn't have won against this whole galaxy. What about the other Sith?
The Sith had gone, retreated into their empire. They sealed themselves off from the rest of the galaxy. We thought it would be centuries before they'd come back. It's amazing that they could rebuild their fleet so fast. But at the time, it looked like the galaxy was in our grasp. I still remember that final battle in the skies above Malachor 5. The two fleets filling the space around it, outshining the stars.
What happened in the battle?
It was not your ships, or your men, or your vaunted fight for freedom that won this, the final battle of the war. It was by the actions of one person, the Jedi Revan, that you prevailed. His strategies and tactics defeated the best of us. Even Mandalore himself was taken aback by the ferocity of his attacks, the tenacity of his defenses, and the subtleties of his plans. He fought us to a standstill, and then began pushing back. We really didn't have a chance.
Why didn't you retreat? Well, because he doesn't... He's like, even if you're gonna lose, you still fight.
It was what we had wanted all along, in a way. We wanted to fight the best, in a battle that would be remembered for centuries. And we did. And Revan won. I don't hold a grudge against Revan, and neither do any of my people. It was the greatest moment of my life to be in that battle. If Revan had been a Mandalorian, nothing in the galaxy would have stopped us. But wishing for the past to be different is useless. Better look to the future, as we should now. We'll talk more later, I think. Is there something else you want to know?
Okay.
Your choice.
Sounds like that's the last story for now, right? Describe the end of the Mandalorian Wars. Seem to admire Revan greatly. Maybe you can ask him about this later.
Yeah, what do you...
Oh my god, he still has more. Ugh. Two positionals of the two jobs sharing a button, and my muscle memory tells me to move left. For the flank positioning, for Dragoon, the button is in the rear positioning. Oh, okay. I gotcha. That's kind of like how, well, with Monk, like the combo is like you gotta hit the flank, and then you have to position yourself to the rear, so that way you can complete your combo for the big attack later on. But yeah, I kind of see what you mean. I see what you mean. All right, one more story, Canderous. This is it.
The war we had with the Republic was supposed to be the most glorious battle in our history. But it was a very costly one. I guess we didn't think of how much we could lose in it.
How much did you lose?
There weren't many of us after that last
Everyone.
battle. Mandalore himself was killed at the hands of the Jedi Revan.
Ooh.
The best of us could not defeat him. After that last battle, those of us that survived were stripped of our weapons, our armor, and our basilisks. Revan's forces destroyed them while we were forced to watch. Those who hadn't fled earlier were left with nothing to call their own. No weapons, no armor, only the honor of having fought in the battle we just lost. For many, this was not enough. While the rest of us were sent into exile on the Outer Rim, they tried to relive the old days, raiding worlds. They're nothing more than bandits now.
And you found work as a mercenary.
Yeah, I found word on Taris. Enforcing for Davik was not stimulating. The gangs on Taris and Davik's rivals were trash. They give no thrill in battle, no honor or glory in defeating them. It was like stepping on bugs. I sought worthy challenges, but the best that Taris could offer were nothing to me. But I think now, with you, I may finally find opponents worth fighting.
Yeah. You are a worthy companion.
Maybe later I'll tell you more about what it was like to work for Davik. For now, though, we should get on with our lives. Is there something else you want to know?
Yeah, let's get on with our
Your
lives. I'm just gonna see if you have another one, though. I won't.
Yeah, what do you...
Nope, he's done at this point.
Your...
Oof. All right, we did it. Canderous told you how Revan and his forces destroyed the Mandalorians' weaponry and exiled them, scattering them across the Outer Rim. He thinks that now, with you, he might find worthy opponents once again. Okay. All right, let's see if we can trigger this stuff now. For crying out loud. Dun dun. There's one.
Ah, so we meet again, Canderous. It has been quite a long time.
Jagi?
Jagi? You know him?
He was a warrior under my command up to the Battle of Althir. But I thought...
You thought I was dead, didn't you? You thought all of us that you had sent on that attack had perished. You sent us to die in a foolish attack, while you directed your forces elsewhere. You broke from the battle plan and let us die for it, so that you could have the honor of being the first to kill the enemy commander.
What? Tough decisions are made in war.
That does not excuse what he did to us.
I did what was prudent at the time. If I had not done it, the battle would have...
The battle would have been won anyway. I am tired of your excuses, Canderous. I have spent years tracking you down since the clans were banished, and I will not rest until I've had my vengeance.
Are we fighting right now? You face Canderous, you face me as well.
I am not afraid of you, and if you choose, you can die by his side as well. I challenge you, Canderous. I challenge you to fight the fight you fled that day above Althir, in the dune seas of Tatooine. I will be waiting for you. I have spread the news of the challenge since I learned you had landed on this world. All the surviving Mandalorian clans know of what I do here, and that we shall meet on Tatooine to settle this debt of vengeance once and for all. If you fail to meet me there, you shall be stripped of all honor and forever cast out of our society. It will be you and me alone in the dune seas of Tatooine. A final battle that can only end in death. I shall be waiting for you there, Canderous.
Yeah. It's also very weird how this guy is just walking around Dantooine, where, you know, they don't really want Mandalorians walking around here, and he's like in the Mandalorian armor. So yeah. But I think this was supposed to happen. I guess it could happen anywhere. This one in particular, his quest, Basilisk has to happen here though. But yeah, it's like everyone's on Dantooine for some reason. Yeah. Okay, after this we're done. We're out of here. Excuse me, I know it's been a very long time, dear, but aren't you Bastila? Helena's little girl? Yes, it is you. I can see it in your eyes. My, how you've grown.
I'm Bastila, yes. I take it that you know my mother.
Oh yes, I worked for your father on an expedition years ago. Your brother showed me hollows of you before you, well, before you left. Such a pretty little girl you were.
Is there something I can do for you, miss? As you can see, we're in quite a hurry.
Don't be rude, Bastila. Oh, I didn't mean to take up your time. I just wanted to ask if your mother's condition has improved since I saw her.
My mother's condition?
Oh, you don't know? Oh dear, I just thought, I just assumed that she had found you. When I talked to her last, she was desperate to find you.
I've not seen my mother since I joined the Order. Do you know what's happened? Did she say anything about my father?
I'm sorry, dear, but your mother is very ill. She told me, she told me. She didn't say anything about your father, however. I didn't see him.
I see. Where did you meet her? Do you remember?
I saw her on Tatooine, dear. You said she'd been there for a while. Maybe she's still there?
Thank you for informing me. I really must be going now.
What's this all about?
Seems my mother's been looking for me. Strange. Should we get the opportunity, could we look for her on Tatooine?
I thought you and your mother didn't get along.
We never did. I am interested in hearing about my father, however. Part of me would rather not see her at all.
Damn.
If she is really sick, well, we shall see.
She's like, I don't care about my dying mother. Just tell me where my father is. Just give me my info. Basila's mother. You encountered someone named Malari, who told Bastila that her mother was looking for her. Bastila said that has asked you to look for her mother. Her name is Helena. Malari reported that she saw her in Anchorhead on Dantooine. Okay. All right. Let's get out of here now. I swear. We're done. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. So, we're gonna go and visit this place first.